Sí, quería ver este. A ver. Bueno, vamos a ver un nuevo episodio de Never Too Small. A ver si saco un poco de inspiración para mi departamento, que también es un too small. No sé cuántos metros cuadrados. Ahora me fijo en el contrato. Bueno, Toti, miren mi pelo, miren mi... Toti, pará. 50 metros, 56 decímetros. 56 decímetros es 560 centímetros. O sea, 5 metros. O sea, ¿por qué? ¿No era más fácil decir 55 metros cuadrados y 60 centímetros? Mirá, boludo, tengo un departamento gigante. 55 metros cuadrados techado. Y de balcón 5 metros cuadrados. O sea que tengo 60 metros cuadrados de departamento. Vamos. Y estos tienen 40. Ah, pero tienen acá arriba una reparte.
The
Tienen
studio
dos
was
babies.
originally a metal frame double garage.
Tienen dos babies. ¡Ay, qué lindo! Guau.
I lived here with my husband and our 2 kids and dog. We purchased
Uy,
the
debe ser una zona segura para que puedan
block
hacer
in
eso.
2020, having moved from the inner west to the south coast for a temporary sea change.
¡Qué lindas sillas!
We saw an opportunity
¡Ay, no! ¡Qué lindo! Me re gustaría igual un duplex algún día.
to create a
Un
compact
duplex,
and
un loft.
sustainable detached studio on the block. Our plan at the time was to move back to Sydney. For now, we're
Está precioso. No sé para qué el vidrio ahí, porque hay que limpiarlo. Bueno, también sí, para que no te caigas.
here. We're raising our 2 young kids in Coldale. We recently moved out of the studio into the main house, and soon my mum will be moving in. We loved living here as a family. I think it was a really special time that we were all in such a small space together. I think they're memories that we'll treasure for a really.
No entendí, ¿qué dijo? Como que viven en otra casa.
For now, we're still down here. We're raising our 2 young kids.
Ah, que planean volver a vivir a Sydney,
Move
pero
back to Sydney.
por ahora están criando a sus hijos ahí. O sea que tienen 2 casas. Esta es una. Es como que, ay, bueno, vamos a vivir en la casa chiquita, a criar a nuestros niños para que tengan memorias en la playa, en nuestra casa, loft. Y después volvemos a Sydney, a nuestra gran casa.
We recently moved out of the studio into the main house.
Ah, movieron el estudio a la casa principal. Claro, esta es como su casa, su segunda casa, ¿entienden? Tienen su casa grande y esta es la casa chiquita. Entonces movieron el estudio a la casa grande
Into the main house, and soon my mum will be moving in.
y la mamá también se va a ir a mudar allá a la casa
We
grande.
loved living here as a family. I think it was a really special time that we were all in such a small space together. I think they're memories that we'll treasure for a really long time.
Tiene el perito. It's always the rubios menemistas, ¿sí, viste? Claro, boludo, es que tienen una casita que da la vista ahí a la playa. No sé si llegan a ver, pero acá se ve la línea del horizonte del mar. Claro.
We are currently on the land of the Dharawal people. Coldale is anchored between the escarpment and the ocean, with ever-changing views of the mountain and the sea.
Claro, no, espectacular. Mira, el que puede, puede.
The studio was converted in 2022 from the original detached garage on the property.
Claro, era un estudio. En realidad, primero era un garage, se convirtió en estudio.
The studio is constructed of prefabricated panels, and we were really driven to make it as sustainable.
Estudio le dicen también a cuando es un departamento de una sola habitación, ¿no? Así como acá le decimos monoambiente. No sé si vos buscas departamento en otros lugares del mundo y querés un monoambiente, buscas studio apartment o cosas así.
Possible
El
with a
monoambiente.
low carbon footprint, so really valued using local and sustainable suppliers
Muy
and
bien, muy
manufacturers
bien.
wherever possible.
Materiales sustentables. Sostenibles.
The only thing remaining from the original garage is the concrete slab. This is now the floor of the property, which we polished, and the garage door and the front door entry is in the same location, but other than that, it's all completely new. The studio is accessed via the driveway and has its own separate entry to the main house. From the outside, it still looks like a garage. We've got the bifolding garage doors, and we can open it right up and allow cross ventilation.
Claro, tiene
to
esas
flow
puertas
all the way
porque era un
through the
garage.
studio. The corner at the entry was originally quite dark, so we added a north-facing window to let in some extra light to that space. The concrete floor was existing. We polished
bien
it back and
iluminado.
sealed it. The living room is a tall 6 meters in height, making up for what it lacks in width.
Todo
The
blanco,
compact
boludo.
living area utilizes
Sin miedo a que los nenes les manchen ese sofá. ¿No tiene cocina?
the area under
Buen
the
punto.
stairs for storage, with a 2.5-seater lounge in front of the TV.
Para mí que está escondida en algún lado.
The furniture in the space we chose
Ahí está, ahí
for
está.
flexibility.
Atrás del sofá está. Boludo, no puede ser. Recompacto. Es como si fuese un mueblecito.
For example, the side
Son
table
ricos,
that's
pueden
paired
comprar
with the
otros
coffee
sillones,
table
sí.
we can take outside, which
Ah, igual es una funda del sofá. Está muy bien, muy práctico, muy práctico. Lo tienen pensado todo.
doubles as an outdoor store. All of
Esa gente ve de limpiar el sofá de manchado que cambian. Qué mal que somos. Todos pensamos que son ricos y desechan cosas y ellos no, como que quisieron mantener los materiales originales de la construcción, usar materiales sustentables, tienen el sofá con funda, ¿viste? No todos los rubios menemistas son malos.
the finishes and furnishings
O pudientes y
white.
responsables.
The lounge room sofa has removable
Quizás
slip
sean buena
covers, so
gente.
they're really easy to wash and keep clean, which was very important when living in here with 2 little kids. The cupboard fronts are 2-pack poly with a V-groove pattern. The joinery also includes massive pull-out drawers, which was essential when we lived here for keeping kids' toys, backpacks, shoes and books.
Espectacular, me
We
encanta.
designed in a full-length cupboard for larger household items like vacuums and brooms with semicircular cutouts for those longer items so that you don't lose the horizontal.
Me encanta que los estantes tengan esta forma para que puedan colgar cosas sin que choque el estante. Me reservo el derecho de opinar hasta que termine el video.
Sliding
¿no?
doors off the living area and the window above provide the most
Kaito.
amount of natural light that enters the space.
Me encanta esa luz.
The high-level blinds
Muy arriba, las
above are
cortinas se
USB
levantan
powered
solas.
and Australian-made sheer curtains cover the sliding door. The outdoor deck is accessed off the main living area through the double-glazed sliding doors. We loved using the deck for outdoor cooking, outdoor dining and just additional space with the kids.
Me encanta esa área. Ese área.
The kitchen area is located
Tremendos
behind the living area,
cajones.
with integrated appliances tucked away behind
No
timber
tiene
joinery,
hornallas.
so as not to overcrowd the small space. The kitchen was completely custom to fit the space. We hovered it off the wall by about 200 millimeters so that the curtains could tuck right away when they were open. It's a small,
Tiene
compact
hornito.
kitchen, so we didn't feel that we needed full cooking facilities. We prioritised the bench space to prepare meals that way, and we have other appliances we can use like the microwave to reheat meals or cook smaller meals.
Claro, no. Tienen un microondas.
I wanted a concrete look benchtop. Concrete itself has quite a high embodied energy, so the recycled glass benchtops provide that aesthetic I was after in a much more sustainable
Qué
solution.
lindo, ¿eh?
Area,
El nene
we've
tiene
got
una
2 permanent dining,
¿Zanahoria?
permanent dining
No,
chairs
malditos
and then
rubios.
some stools that double as
Una
side tables
papaya.
when we're not using them in the dining
No,
area.
nene.
The materials that we chose for the dining table and dining chairs were timber to add a warmth to the space and to tie in with the kitchen area as well. From the living area, you do see the bathroom wall. We wanted to soften that corner, so we decided to curve it.
Muy bien, me gusta
There's a
esa
small
curva.
step up into the bathroom onto a tiled floor of fittings
Qué
and the same
lindo,
living
me
tumbled brass finish, which will
encanta. Tienen duchita. No, me encanta ese
We
espejo.
have storage
Quiero
behind the
así.
mirror cabinet and storage underneath the bathroom sink with
Me encanta ese
integrated
inodoro.
drawers.
Boludo, es todo tan geométrico y precioso. Me encanta todo.
For privacy, the shower is behind a fluted glass door with
Claro, esto es cuando se vayan a vivir a la casa principal. Esto lo dejan como Airbnb, te cobran una fortuna.
handmade ceramic wall tiles that follow the curve of the wall.
Me encanta todo. También, viste la barrita esta de las escaleras.
At the top of the stairs is the
Claro, porque los nenes subiendo y bajando un re ruido deben hacer. ¡Ah! ¡Ay, qué lindo! Encima tienen acá. No me gusta cómo se ve estas cosas arriba acá, pero deben tener lugar para guardar cosas ahí.
The
Está
mezzanine
bueno.
area is located at the back of the building at the highest point. We put the glazed window on and a door to separate the bedroom from the downstairs area. So we could put the kids to bed at night and still use downstairs without waking them up.
Ah, sí se duermen los nenes arriba y ellos se usan abajo.
The window in the bedroom is approximately 1.8 meters tall and 3 meters wide and is
Wow.
made from 2 large
Re
panes of
grande,
glass
3 metros de ancho y 1,80 m de alto.
with a recycled timber frame.
Está hecho de 2 paneles grandes con un marco reciclado. ¿Timber qué es? Madera. Nunca había escuchado timber para madera. Es un tipo de madera, supongo.
Large panes of glass with a recycled timber frame.
La verdad que ese
In
marco de
addition
madera
to the mezzanine
aporta.
window, we also have 2 smaller windows with views of the escarpment, and you can also open them up to let fresh air into the room.
Sí, para que circule.
With a wardrobe on top, bedside table on the bottom, and lighting on the bedhead. It has 2 big drawers underneath where we stored all of the kids' clothes. The day bed doubles as a single bed, which is where our son slept, and our daughter was in a cot in the bedroom. I think designing small spaces is really interesting, and personally I love the challenge. I think with larger spaces, you know, there's many more options, but with smaller spaces, there's only probably one or two options that will really work that maximize privacy and light.
Me encantó
because you have
todo.
less square meters to build, you can invest in better quality.
Como tenés menos espacio que cubrir, puedes invertir en mejores materiales de mejor calidad.
And finishes and materials.
Yeah.
I think it was important for us to consider the use of this particular part of the property. We had no use for a double garage, and this is a much better use of the site for us.
Muy lindo.
Thanks for watching. If you're an architect or
Espectacular,
designer
precioso,
with a
divino.
project we could
Me
feature,
encantó.
please share it with us at nevertoosmall.com/submissions.
/mimito.